mind and passive speech. Classic macaroni and cheese. Not the richest, not the spiciest, not the sharpest, not the most outrageous. This just plain delicious, no frill macaroni and cheese, great on its own, but also happy to welcome additions. The recipe can be halved and baked in an 8 or 9-inch square casserole dish. You can also bake the full recipe into a smaller dish with different add-ons in each one. Make ahead. The topping can be made a day in advance. The casserole can be assembled a day in advance, brought to the room temperature and baked. Do not add the topping until just before baking. Directions. For the topping, combine the bread and butter in a food processor. Pulse 10 to 15 times to yield a cross crumb mixture. The pasta cheese, preheat over 3 to 75 degrees. Have a 9 by 13 inch glass or Corinthian baking dish at hand. Bring a quart of water to a boil in a large pot over high heat. Add the macaroni, 1 tablespoon of salt. Cook following the package direction and pour into a cloth to drain. Heat the butter in a large saucepan over medium-high until it foams. Add the flour, mustard, pepper if using. Stir it well to combine, continuing until the mixture becomes forfeit and deepen in color about 1 minute, then gradually stir in the milk. Bring to a boil. Constantly scrape the bottom, scraping the bottom of the pan to prevent scorching. This step will take to 10 to 15 minutes, deepening on the temperature of the milk. The mixture must reach a full boil to fulfill thicken. Reduce the heat to medium or medium-low so that the mixture is barely bubble around the edge. Cook for about 5 minutes, stirring occasionally until it has thickened to the consent to a heavy screen. Then remove from heat. Add the cheese and the remaining tablespoon sauce of salt, stirring until the cheese and completely melt. Add the cooked pasta, stir to incorporate it. Transfer the mixture to the baking dish, spreading it in an even layer. Sprinkle even with topping. Bake until the mixture is bubble and crumble and golden brown. About 20 minutes. If the topping appears to be brown too quickly, cover loosely with aluminum foil. Cook for about 5 minutes before serving. Now, the source, the references for this is http www.washingtonpost.com. Source, Deborah Lindsay. I just like to add a little bit to how I cook macaroni and cheese. I normally get a box of macaroni and cheese. Normally let my water boil. After it boils for about 3 or 4 minutes, then I put in my macaroni and cheese and let it cook. I stir it so it won't get stuck to the pot. For about 20 minutes, it will boil. It will come to a high level of overboil if you don't keep stirring it. After it is done, I take it from the heat and begin to put the macaroni and cheese inside of the macaroni. After then, I put a little salt and pepper, and it's ready for serve. Okay? The most ingredients that I like to share with macaroni and cheese. The serving can be 5 slices, good quality white sandwich bread, about 5 ounces total, torn into rough pieces, about 4 1/2 cup, 4 teaspoons, and 8 to equal pieces. That concludes my macaroni and cheese. Now, I have another. Speech, which is perfect Southern fried chicken recipe. And this is coming from references deepfry.food.com. And it says, when I found this outstanding recipe, I did not need to look for the perfect fried chicken recipe anymore. I already found it. Southern fried chicken has an ingredients, nutrition, directions. Now let's look at the directions of how to cook chicken. Directions. Soak the chicken in water and salt at least 2 hours in the refrigerator. Now, my way is putting chicken in, rinsing it with salt down, then rinsing again. Here you have to mix the butter, eggs, and season all, and dip chicken pieces in mixture. As good as it sounds, this is what I do. Here you combine a cup of flour, 2 teaspoons cornmeal, 2 teaspoons dried orgeat, and 2 teaspoons all in a bag. Drop 2 pieces of dipped chicken in the bag at one time. Shake the coating. When I shake the coating, I assure the white flour from the coating it may mix to taste great. Now, after placing the chicken on a wire rack, for me, I place it in a simple pan into a oven and let it bake about 3. You can allow it to bake, or you can just fry it. But sometimes I prefer to bake it. But sometimes I do fry. You have to check the chicken when golden brown. Cover. Check chicken again 5 minutes. Place, or you can place in a pan and let it fry. Do not crowd the pieces. Cover for the first 5 minutes. Check the chicken as often. Turn chicken when golden brown. Keep cover over for 5 minutes again. Keep watch. Do not let it burn. Don't fry too fast. Keep heat reduced. Note, the key is covering in the beginning to start the cooking process. Inside the chicken, you want to uncover during the last part of the cooking time to get the outside nice and crispy and golden brown. Okay, the ingredients. whole chicken, cuts into 10 pieces, 2 legs, 2 thighs, 2 wings, 4 breasts. Cup of water, teaspoon salt, cup of buttermilk, 2 eggs, tablespoon seasoned, all salt, cup of water, tablespoon cornmeal, teaspoon dried origin vegetable oil, shortening for frying. And again, the references for this is deepfry.food.com. And I just like to show you a chicken, a whole chicken that can be fried or it can be baked. Okay.